When you think of Greek and fraternity sorority life, what do you think of? Animal House? Hazing? News reports of dead kids? Parties? A lot of negative attention surrounds the fraternity and sorority world, but there is a lot more to it than the media portrays. Greek life creates bonds that will have for the rest of their life, and it is beneficial after graduation and the community that surrounds them. Coming into JMU, I wasn't as happy as I thought I would be. I ended up rooming with one of my best friends from high school. Thankfully, we have yet to run into any problems or fights, but during the first couple weeks here, I was hanging out with my friends from high school only. I was disappointed in myself for not meeting new people. I knew I wanted to rush a fraternity because both my parents were in Greek life here at JMU, and they always praised it and how it contributed to their experience here. Most of my extended family were also Greek members, so I grew up in a family that supported Greek and fraternity and sorority life. That being said, a lot of my early family friends were Greek brothers and sisters of my parents. They had made lifelong relationships here during their time at JMU due to the Greek system. I wanted the same thing. The process of rush during the first couple of weeks was a long process. It started with a conference where you got to have a quick meeting with all the fraternities and start to narrow down your favorites. Otherwise, if you tried to check out all 17, you're less likely to receive a bid. So during rush, I went to events for a couple of fraternities and slowly started to narrow my list down to 3 different ones. On bid day, I had to stay in my dorm from 4 p.m. to 12 a.m. As I sat there waiting, I started to worry. I sat in my room waiting while listening to our home football opener due to it being moved to a Thursday night because of the hurricane. But just when I was about to give up, I got a knock on my door. It was the president and vice president of my fraternity. They took me outside and wanted to talk about my thoughts on the fraternity and how I thought Rush Week went. As I walked outside of my dorm, the entire fraternity was standing there and celebrated as I received my bid. This was the first time I knew that I made the right choice and that this was going to be my second family away from home. They were all committed to me and excited for me. This semester has been a long and busy one, but I have no regrets. I haven't had as much free time due to pledging, but due to this, I've become so much closer with the brothers and my pledge brothers. They are my brothers now, and I would do anything for them, and they would do anything for me. Although I have only been in fraternity life for one semester, it has been a great start to my college experience and has already created lifelong relationships. Moving on from my personal experience, fraternities and sororities can help shape character and bring success. Fraternities and sororities have a long process of becoming a brother and or sister, but during this process, it helps bring out the true character in people. For example, my fraternity's motto is to better the man. They focus on bringing leadership traits out of people and being the best man in today's society. It also gives men and women the opportunity to hold a leadership role. These leadership roles help give experience of leadership and how to lead, which can help lead one to their career. Since the first fraternity was founded in 1825, every U.S. president and vice president, but 2, have been members of a fraternity. To go along with that, 76% of congressmen and senators belong to a fraternity, and 85% of Supreme Court justices since 1910 have been fraternity men. Majority of our nation's leadership was in Greek life. Greek life also gives an upper hand after graduation. It gives you the opportunity to network with former alumni. It gives a hidden connection. Former alumni of both your specific chapter or the national fraternity can help you get a job due to networking. Nothing is guaranteed, but brothers and sisters are more likely to hire one of their own than not due to their connection. Another huge benefit of Greek life at universities is their role in philanthropy. The motto of many sororities and fraternities is to give back or have a role in charity. They are very serious about it. The Greek system is the largest network of volunteers in the U.S., with members donating over 10 million hours of volunteer service each year. Here at JMU alone, fraternity and sorority life raised $1,840,000 for multiple different causes and contributed over 4,200 hours of community service and fundraising. Fraternities and sororities stress the importance of character and become the best person they can be, and service they do helps strengthen their character. A couple years ago, The Breeze, JMU's university newspaper, put out a video on YouTube called Quad Talk, where they asked students their thoughts on Greek life here at JMU.
Hi, I'm Megan Rzepka. Today on Quad Talk, we're asking students for their opinions on Greek life. I think it's a positive thing to keep students very social on campus. So I think, like, especially if you're part of like one of your majors fraternities or even sororities, it can be really helpful. So yeah, I think some fraternities around campus have, not naming any, but I think some have a bit of a negative reputation because of past hazing rumors and stuff, or suspensions. But I think overall the fraternities on campus aren't so bad. So it's good.
I think Greek life is worthwhile because sincerely all the connections you make with people and all the opportunities that grow just from being inside, like I'm in a fraternity, just being inside of that, I know I already have had several job opportunities and several internships, and also you can't beat the personal connections you make with these people. I would advise anyone to join a Greek life organization, and I think talking to the people in Greek life organizations would make it worthwhile for you.
I think it's a good thing depending on it. I mean, if that's your thing, I don't have a negative perception of Greek life really. I have a lot of friends who are involved in it that have a great time, and I know they do a lot of good things for the community besides their social events. Personally, I prefer to stick with a smaller group of friends.
I would say that Greek life is it's definitely a good way to get involved with JMU. I think they do a lot to offer to the community, but it is a very huge time commitment. And I think it's for people who are willing to channel their energy more towards one thing, as opposed to someone like me who likes to get involved in multiple things. So it wouldn't be for someone like me.
Yeah, I think it's a very good experience. The biggest thing is networking. You get to meet a lot of people. There's a lot of people in Pike that I've met that are just really, really smart guys. They come from really good families. Families have connections, different things like that. And I think that's one of the biggest things that you get in college is networking. It's really important. As the old saying goes, it's not what you know, it's who you know. So I think that's one of the most important things about it. Specifically for Pike, we do like Piketoberfest, where we raise money for breast cancer awareness. We do different community service projects. We've picked up trash on the side of the road. We've worked with kids for the Big Brothers Big Sisters, different things like that that a lot of people don't know about. They think it's all just like drinking and partying and stuff like that. But we do actually do other more big picture type things.
I think that Greek life is a great thing. A lot of people, especially since I'm a music major, they're very confined by who they hang out with because of their major, because of their schedules. I think Greek life allows everybody to kind of come together in one place and for you to learn a lot about other people and a lot about yourself.
Personally, I'm not involved in Greek life. I would rather commit myself to other aspects of JMU life, like clubs, my academics, working. But if people are need to find friends that way, I mean, that's their prerogative.
My opinion on Greek life is that it's a great way to build social connections as well as a future network for those who are trying to go into a certain field, as well as creating an awesome community to help support you. But it also has a financial toll, not only on you and your pocket, but also on your parents' pocket, and it may harm your future endeavors.
In the subject of Greek life, I think it's totally worthwhile as long as you're really into that. Personally, I never affiliated or got involved with Greek life. I tried to, didn't make it, whatever. But it's a really great experience for a lot of people. I think you make a lot of great friendships through it, and it comes out great after on resumes and relationships in college.
I do think Greek life is worthwhile. You make great friends, and it's a good way to get connected, especially when you first come to JMU.
I personally just don't have time for Greek life because theater life takes up all my time. But there are people who are able to kind of balance the two, and I feel like if it fits your personality, then it's definitely worthwhile. But if there are other things that you're more interested in, then pursue those things.
As you can see, students both in Greek life and not think that fraternities and sororities are beneficial here at JMU. Although they aren't for everyone, there is a Greek organization for everyone. So if they were to join one, they would be able to find one where they can fit in. Overall, JMU students support Greek organizations and the benefits they bring. There are a lot of negative views towards Greek life at schools and the fact that Greek life might go extinct soon. Over the past couple of years, there have been multiple accidents in fraternities. The examples of Penn State and LSU where kids had died at fraternity-sponsored events are the ones that the media swarmed to. Ever since, there has been a negative attitude towards Greek life, and universities have been cracking down on fraternities. While the mistakes of the few have affected the entire system, the entire Greek system should not have to take the fall. Greeks celebrate No Hazing Week and No Sexual Assault Week to end the problems that unfortunately take place at some universities around the U.S. While mistakes can always happen, Greek organizations have become smarter when a situation occurs and make smarter decisions and can execute a plan if something does go wrong. Greek life has many benefits and should not be taken down to the mistakes of the few. Greek life has affected me and my family's life in some type of way or another. Fraternities and sororities should not all be blamed for the mistakes of a few fraternities. Evidence shows that Greek can build character, which helps lead to success. While it also helps the community by stressing the importance of charity, mistakes can be fixed with responsibility and taking initiative to fix a problem if something does go wrong. The media has put Greek life in the darkness, but people should realize the benefits it provides as well before completely stereotyping it.